Hi, welcome to the week and the topic of the week, which is Around Nature Speaks, and this time it's about the energy of trees. And I'm going to start by telling you a little adventure I had with my children when they were probably 2.5 or 3 years old. It was late summer, early fall, and we were out walking in the woods. And we were just wandering along, and all of a sudden, my son yelled to his sister, "Quick, find a tree!" And I thought they were going to play hide and seek. But instead, they just kind of leaned on the tree. And I said, "What are you doing, guys?" And one of them replied, "We're taking a rest." And I said, "Oh, is that what we're doing? We're resting?" And they said, "Yes, you always lean on trees when it's time to rest." And their sweet little voices just kept on chitter-chattering while they leaned on these trees. And so today, I want to talk about the energy of trees. And last week I said that trees can talk. And the truth is they do. They don't speak English or French or Chinese or Spanish, but they speak the language of energy. And they are here at all times to dialogue and support you in your own communication. If you think about it, this planet has tremendous energy in it, filled with humans, and we interact with each other energetically and physically all the time, and we're dotted around the planet. Well, there's another primary energy source through that awareness of nature that is also dotted all over the planet. And of course, that's trees. And if we have such a gigantic energetic body in our humankind, nature is the second gigantic energetic body. And energy can communicate with energy. So just like wind last week could help refresh and reset you, trees also provide an incredible experience. And my sweet little kiddos saw this that day. They apparently had witnessed me resting, leaning on a tree, which is something I love to do. I love to just lean on a tree. There's a deep and grounded and solid presence that it provides. And so they picked up on that without comment, without language, just through energy, and leaned on trees themselves and were able to announce to me the dialogue that was going on in that place of peace. So today, as we talk about trees, I want you to think about this. Have you ever been pulled to lean on a tree? Maybe hug a tree. What about rest underneath it or just stare up at the canopy? Has a tree ever called you out just with its beauty when you look out the window? Maybe you even have a favorite tree. Or here's one. Have you ever had a picnic on purpose underneath a tree? Maybe you're saying to me right now, "Yeah, but there's shade under a tree," which is true. But there's another thing that occurs when we sit under a tree. There's a sense of peacefulness and rest. When we're looking to have a picnic, we gravitate both maybe towards the shade, but also towards the deep-rooted strength and rest that is a part of the picnic energy, as well as the tree energy that we are sitting underneath. When you're going on a picnic, have you ever scanned and looked for just the right tree? This is part of that very simple dialogue with energy. And if you have ever had any of these things, whether it's a favorite tree or loved climbing a tree or felt like you were just pulled to lean on a tree, you're already engaging in that dialogue. You're already communicating that language of energy with the tree. And so I'd love to think about how we can do this on purpose a little bit together, because energy does not need words to communicate. You will hear me repeat this all the time. Energy uses its own silent language, which is something that I talk about frequently. If you visit my website, I talk a lot about silent languages and that awareness within us and how energy dialogues. So if you were purposefully going to go and try and engage in the language of trees, there's a couple things I would do to start. First, I would just look around you and see if your eyes are drawn to any trees. Think back in your brain. Have you in your life had a tree that you gravitate towards, either as a child or as an adult when you walk around your favorite park or when you look out your window? Does that depth call to you? And so first and foremost, think about trees. What do you love about them? And then go and engage with one. Secondly, as you're outside, I encourage you to look up at trees and just think about your own energy as you look at the energy of the tree. Because remember, trees are these amazing characters that have these roots that dig deep. What are we always trying to accomplish in our energy as humans is to dig deep with the roots. through grounding, through presence, through a centeredness in our own being. We dig down into the soul of who we are, and then we can emerge and stand strong and tall. Tree roots do the same. They dig into the earth, find the rich soil that feeds them, and then they grow tall and stand strong. And those branches reach up into the sky and out into the heavens. That runs a parallel to the energy of what we are. And so as we look to strengthen our connection to ourselves, a really natural communicator to help us with that is trees. We go outside and we lean on a tree if we need some rest. If we're feeling a little bit wobbly and a little bit shaky, I encourage you, look silly out there if you want to. Trust me, I do it all the time. Put your forehead right on that tree trunk. Put your nose right on that tree trunk and just lean on it. Take a deep breath and just see if the peace doesn't sort of overwhelm you, or if you need a little bit more depth. Wrap your arms around it, even if it's small, one little arm around it. Just lean on a tree. See if you can find the rest that my children found. Also, another really incredible way to engage with the energy of trees is to journal underneath a tree. To lean your back, your spine, that cord of energy and movement in our systems, lean that on the tree. Feel the roots underneath you. Feel the seat of your bottom resting on those roots and finding depth and grounding in the ground below you. There's so much encouragement and possibility in the language of nature, and trees are just one beautiful way. This is just scratching the surface on how to engage with trees, but I hope that it gets you thinking about how we can start to participate in the world around us. And remember that as humans, we are a gigantic energetic presence on this planet, and nature is another gigantic energetic presence on this planet. And all energy communicates with energy. So I hope today you look out that window, you walk down the street, you just think about your past, and you find a tree that calls to you. And when you go and engage with it, you just whisper a little bit of prayer of acknowledgement. Hello, little tree, I see you here. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for providing me oxygen. Thank you for the depth of your roots. Thank you for reminding me I can find rest in myself. I'll be back. Send me some questions about trees. Ask me if I'm a little bit cuckoo if you want to. But really, nature is there as a friend to help guide you forward in the energy of who you are. Thank you. Have a great day.